Just as I found out I was going to be speaking at this ceremony, I was in the process of reading Charles Dickens' Great Expectations. Isn't that a great title for this day? I know I'm toward the older end of the graduation window, but I feel that I now have a new milestone in my hand. It may have taken me an extraordinary amount of time to achieve this, but I got there. We got there, didn't we? The word congratulations is very much in use today, or mazel tov, or félicitations. And we're all very graciously accepting these warm wishes in the full confidence that at least on this day, we deserve them. But I want to be sure that we all fully grasp the weight and depth of these accolades. At the risk of pulling something by reaching around to pat myself on the back, I want to be sure that those offering congratulations, those who were not student or professor in the Center for Distance Learning, grasp the full weight and scope of the accomplishment that they are so enthusiastically acknowledging. The Center for Distance Learning, like any educational institution, is in essence the continuation of a grand experiment, and we don't mind. Because we generally accept that education is and always will be a work in progress for both the student and the professor. Earning our degrees in this time and place, and with the communication technology being what it is, we are in a very real and effective way furthering the development of communication skills for ourselves and for those who have helped us along the way. William Shakespeare is credited with the invention of over 1,000 words, words as diverse as dawn and bedroom and honorific abilitudinitatis. Love's Labor's Lost, Act 5, Scene 1. My guess is that in most of those cases, his was simply the first time that those words were found in print. Imagine the royalties if he had had the foresight to register them as domain names. But I mention this because this is exactly the business in which we have involved ourselves while completing our studies with CDL. We chose to complete our degrees online because we found it was the only way we could manage the scheduling of classes while continuing careers or raising families. For some of us, this involved developing computer skills which we might not otherwise have attempted. But I submit the most pervasive challenge with which we confronted ourselves in this particular learning venue was this highly concentrated mode of communication. I'm an actor, or at least I played one on Broadway. I consider my body language, my facial expressions, and vocal intonation to be tools that support the communication of ideas. Take these away, and I'm left with only the words. But this then elevates the words, doesn't it? Most individuals who have been robbed of one of their senses will acknowledge that the remaining senses become more acute. Those of us who studied online, while certainly benefiting from the convenience of studying in the comfort of our own homes, paid for that convenience with the loss of a number of the tools with which we nuance the things we say. You see, for us, even class discussion was a written assignment. Now, this ties in with one of my favorite quotes from my CDL experience. I don't know what I think until I see what I have written. This came from the text for a course called Reading and Writing for College. One of the first courses I took upon my return to academe. I was 52 years old. I had some experience in life. I thought this course was going to be a stroll. Yes, you may all laugh at my naivete. For me, this words-only approach resulted in some very long nights stewing over my responses to discussion questions. I found it so easy to come off as blunt or glib when that wasn't my intention at all. I wanted to be sure that the written word conveyed exactly the meaning that I had intended, but with this dramatic loss of certain tools, the choice of words became extremely ticklish. Add to this the pace of asynchronous discussion, like playing chess with an opponent via snail mail when you have days to ponder the myriad possibilities of every move. And the scope of this undertaking begins to become clear. Just a minute more. I have a little girl. Well, she's 14 now. She's not little anymore. But before she was born, I had a working companion who had already had 2 children. He said to me, "I can't wait till your child is born because then we can really talk about it." There are many things in life, moments that really can't be related in words. We rely upon our poets to come up with the expressions that will allow us to approach communicating the idea, and even then, the words somehow fall short. Even after my daughter was born, words failed us. My buddy and I, we just looked at each other with these stupid grins, and we just laughed. We were sharing an indescribable moment. I don't really want to compare the birth of my daughter with graduating from college, but I find it similar difficulty in expressing the powerful emotions that I'm feeling today. I am grateful that I can spend this day in the midst of this great company of people who, like me, felt compelled to tend their gardens. Congratulations to us all.